on a Friday, bringing you a high review of The Bachelorette men's hello. Now I know I usually give y'all, whoo, Tyler, back the camera up. Oh man. Oh, okay. I know I usually give you guys reviews on Wednesdays, but I said on my Snapchat and my Instagram stories that I had a doctor's appointment on Wednesday and I had other things to do with my mom as well. So I figure not only bring you guys a video on Friday, bring you a high review. Get away from my grapes. Roxy, get away from my grapes. Fat ass cat. Anyway, so the men's hello aired on Monday, and you know, like I said, anytime I reviewed The Bachelorette this season, it was a hot ass mess to me because holy shit, some of those men were too busy worried about what other men were doing instead of getting to know Rachel. The shit was just a fucking train wreck. But anyway, oh, and I will probably be sweating my ass off in this video because it is hotter than a motherfucker outside, and it's just hot in this house. And I got 2 fans, and it's still hot as a bitch. But anyway, so they all look pretty good in their suits. There was one man, he had on some shit. It was like black and white, but it was all types of crazy ass designs and shit. That Waboom motherfucker was there. The motherfucker that hated the Waboom motherfucker was there. And you know, they got to have their little thing. They made fun of them again. That was like the dumbest shit I've ever seen. That was the first example of a man worried too much about another man. Like, yeah, that Waboom shit was so fucking childish and obnoxious as fuck, but that was his shit. All right, when she gets sick of it, she'll send his ass home. Homie was caught up. And then Iggy ass was there. Iggy he just, but okay, I'll get this to Iggy and that motherfucker Demario. They brought up some great points when we get up to this Lee motherfucker. But so we made fun of the Waboom motherfucker and the other guy. I said, motherfucker, a lot in this sentence. Man, fuck it. So they talked about them, and they talked to Dean, and he looked so cute. His socks were really cute. Oh, and he did some gross shit when they showed the bloopers, but I've been guilty of doing that shit too. But then too. They talked to Dean. He talked about his experience. They did a recap of that shit. It was so fucked up rewatching how his daddy treated him. Like, I would have had to say, cut the cameras off. Why you acting like a motherfucker? No, for real. No, for real. You see I'm trying to get me a bitch? What is you doing? Act like you got some fucking, oh my God. Like, oh, me and my daddy would have fought like if I was Dean, but they talked to Dean. Oh, and Josiah was there, but this, for some reason in this episode, Josiah didn't annoy me as much as he usually do. Oh, and Kenny cute ass was there with his little gap and shit. It was cute ass. But they talked about some other men and shit that I don't really give a shit about. But let's get to Lee, okay? So I ain't gonna waste no time. So they talked to the racist motherfucker in the bunch. And he come up there and he acting like he nervous and shit. First of all, you know we gonna talk about how racist you were on the internet, how racially insensitive you were on the show. So why you up here acting like you scared of what's about to come out these black men mouth? First of all, this is the most black men that Bachelor or Bachelorette has ever had in like the history of black folks on this show. This is the most black folks, so you know shit is about to go down. I liked mainly, my favorite person who said something was Anthony. The way he broke it down to Lee in a very constructive, very easy, you know, way for him to understand. Are you doing these things because of your upbringing and the things around you? Like, is this why you're like this, or are you really just like racist? And Josiah was killing it. And I like, what I didn't like, okay, I'll bring this up. What I didn't like was when Rachel got out there, she said she didn't like how Kenny didn't realize that Lee and all that was just white noise. Okay, girl, how you gonna tell him to ignore white noise when you listen to the things these men tell you and then you judge the men that you heard about through these other men? So you can't exactly tell Kenny that he should have ignored it. Bitch, Lee came on the show, like Kenny and Josiah even said, to mess with other dudes. Like, it wasn't even about Rachel at a point. It was just about him fucking with the dudes. And I like because Dean was like, I was team Kenny this whole time because the way he was treating him was just ridiculous. And I love, oh my God, my favorite part was when they brought up, when Lee sat up there and lied to Rachel talking about some, Kenny then dragged me out of the van and he was yelling at me and he was so aggressive. And I like because all the guys are sitting there watching that clip like, what the fuck what is that? You sat up there and lied, and then now you sit up here on the couch looking nervous next to Chris Harrison talking about some, you know, he didn't do that. And I like because Kenny was like, you know shit. Like, come the fuck on. And I like because Dean and even another white guy was like, yeah, none of that happened because we were with Kenny and none of that happened. Like, I did appreciate that there were an equal amount of white boys who were just as bothered by Lee's actions and were speaking upon them so boldly. But Anthony was amazing. But Demario, okay. Demario is still a motherfucker. We can't stand Demario. He ain't shit. He called that poor girl that came on that show a side chick earlier in the show. No, motherfucker, you was fucking her. And you was probably laid up in her bed and on her couch and shit. And she didn't like because you went on the Bachelorette and she wanted to expel your ass. Be real. Then you got drama with another white girl. Like, you just... Anyway, so I like because Demario was like, when they brought up Lee's tweets, when he compared the KKK to the NAACP, he was like, that's fucking stupid. Like, why would you even say that's barbaric? He's like, I literally want to sit you down and give you like a black history lesson. Cause like, do you even know what that means? Like, people who have fought for my ancestors, you're comparing them to people who hung my ancestors. What? And I like, cause even Josiah touched on the same thing. It was, oh God, it was so funny when he was like, Chris, can I come down there and sit next to him? He was like, yeah, you can come down here and sit. Lee was looking like, wait, you ain't say the black guys can get like this close? Oh my God. Oh, it was so fucking funny. And I like, cause you hear Demario going, I just want to talk. It was so ignorant. But I did like, cause Josiah was like, you talking about people that fought for my ancestors. And I like, cause he even asked, like, if you comparing the NAACP to the KKK, why did you then come on a show to vie for the loves and affections of an African-American woman? Like, you can't be out here tweeting ignorant shit like that, racist shit like that, and then be like, you know what I want? I want a black girl. But that's not surprising, because what was it, earlier in the year, or it was like towards the end of last year, Trump had just won, and this black girl had secretly recorded her white boyfriend saying nigger and being like extremely racist, and she was like, you never talk like this. Well, I'm just fucking telling you now if you want to act like a nigger. Like, it was so aggressive. So it's not exactly surprising that there are white men like Lee that are like that they want to date black women when really they see us as some fucked up fetish, and it's just racial undertone. It's real fucked up. But I love because they actually gave the conversation and let it be had. Like, they didn't do some little previews of some shit and then only talked about it for a little bit and then moved on. I like because they brought up his tweets. I like because Chris was like, are you racist? Like, are you racist? And he's like, I denounced that, Lee. And oh my God, yo, I love when Dean was like, why are you sorry now? You're just sorry you got caught. Why weren't you sorry 8 months ago? Like, I love because he said, why didn't you denounce this 8 months ago? Iggy said it, Josiah said it, Kenny said it, they all said it. Why weren't you denouncing this, Lee, and apologizing for this shit before the show aired? Like, before we dove deep when the show premiered, you could have said something. You had all these opportunities to denounce this person, but now you're sorry because you got caught. And I like because Kenny even said, are you sorry genuinely, or are you sorry because you got caught? Like, there's a difference. And I truly believe Lee not sorry. Lee just upset that they were able to dig up all his racist shit and they actually put it on TV. But I didn't like because, you know, you put the camera on women in the audience, and some of them are like, oh, but the others are like, fucking Lee. I thought that was funny. Then Rachel came out she talked. I didn't like because she told Dean she was falling in love with him and then sent him home. Like, you should have sent Gap home. Okay? Or the fucking... the Puerto Rico smooth one. Because I don't think that'll last long term. Because he's just too smooth. But I don't even think she worked with Eric. I felt like her and Dean would have really fit. And I didn't even care for Dean that much in the beginning. But I don't believe in telling somebody I'm falling in love with you, or I could see love with you, and then I'm not gonna go forth and try. Like, I thought that was wrong. And then she kind of beat around the bush when she got out there. Like, there were elements and times when I didn't really care for Rachel. I know people just think she was amazing Bachelorette. I mean, she was alright. Like, there were times when it was like, really, girl, are you oh my god. But there were times where I really liked her, you know. But it happens. There was a lot of bachelors and bachelorettes where I was like, I really liked them, and then it was like, towards the end. I liked the bloopers. They were funny. Dean stuck gum behind his ear, then put it back in his mouth. But one time I did do that in high school. But see, in high school though, I wasn't a grown-ass woman thinking that shit's okay. Like, I stretch my ears now. That wouldn't be okay. I did that shit when I was like 14, when I had to take a test, and I was like really nervous, and I was at my gum and shit. That's why I did it. But oh shit, they put that on TV. Did they talk to somebody from the new season of Bachelor in Paradise, or did they just show a preview? I think they just showed the trailer or some shit. But overall, I thought it was a pretty dope men tell-all. I Snapchatted parts and I talked about it if you watched it. I thought they did a really good one this season. I felt like this was the most wild one. But I also don't like because her season will forever be overshadowed with a whole bunch of racist bullshit. Like, that's one thing I didn't like about having the first Black Bachelorette. Now, if ABC want to redeem themselves, we can have the next Black Bachelor. But like, I doubt that'll happen. I feel like the Dean situation was like so catastrophic that he may be the next Bachelor, because women were like, no, she's sending him home. So, you know. But yeah, I know I probably talk like really fast during this review. That was gross. I am so sorry. During this review, and I didn't want to make it too long, so it's 12 minutes. I'm sweating my ass off. I know y'all. I think I told you earlier in the video what I was smoking on. Some Green River Killer Indica. I really like it. It's one of my faves. And I had my favorite yogurt of like the year is Noosa. Like, any flavor of Noosa, I'm digging that shit. So y'all should go out and eat it. Or if you've tried it, what's your favorite flavor? Okay, I will bring you a video on Saturday. I'll probably review, I'm gonna review the Ozarks, because I've been watching that shit on Netflix and it's fucking insane. Like, I'll watch anything that Jason Bateman is in. So I was already fucking excited. Then my girl Laura Linney in it, I'm down. So I'm gonna finish up the Ozarks tonight. I'm gonna review it tomorrow. Boom! So I hope you guys have an amazing and safe and fun weekend. I hope you all enjoyed this review. Tell me down below what you thought about the men tell-all. And like I said at the end of all my videos, if no one's told you that you're awesome and they love you, I think you're awesome and I love you. Peace!